There we go. Good morning, everybody. We have two people with us today. We've got Lindsey Mason and Eleanor has joined us again. Thank you, Eleanor. Yvonne is coming. She's running a bit late, but she will be here soon, I hope, as long as nothing's happened to her. We've invited Lindsey along because you work with young entrepreneurs. And I noticed last week was an entrepreneur week. Was it last week? The week before?
Oh no, it's Global Entrepreneurship Week. Yes, coming up.
Yes. Sorry, wrong month. It was November.
Yeah, but we had Business Week in October, Dumfries and Galloway Business Week, and then 16th to the 22nd of November is Global Entrepreneurship Week.
Which is what for
right?
D&G.
Well, for D&G, it's my fault actually that I created a rod for my own back because I found it. You know, when you spend some time during the day just looking at LinkedIn and networks and things to see what's happening, and I found Global Entrepreneurship Week. So I decided that it would be a good idea for I should probably say what my job is first, shouldn't I?
Yeah, let's introduce Lindsey properly. Let's introduce Lindsey properly. Yes,
right.
So
because it can be a wee bit confusing.
You do a few different things, don't you?
Even with a one-day job, I do quite a different. So my title is now Business Advisor Young Entrepreneurs. Previously, I was Young Entrepreneur Coordinator for Dumfries and Galloway Council. So now I'm Business Advisor Young Entrepreneurs, and I'm kind of part of Business Gateway. So I'm Dumfries and Galloway Council employed as from the 1st of October, but the Business Gateway contract is now delivered by Dumfries and Galloway Council, so it's in-house. So I'm kind of Business Gateway as well.
Does that make your life any easier? No, right.
I just do the same job. You know, it's the same job, and it means I think that's Yvonne.
Here's Yvonne. Not sure where she's going, but
oh, she's away in the house.
I think she's changing her driving.
Is she? So I work with, no, it's fine. So I work with 18 to 30-year-olds primarily who are interested in entrepreneurship and finding out about how to become self-employed, what it's like to be self-employed. So a lot of it is pre-startup. A lot of it is confidence building, finding resources and doing market research. Because just because they think it's a good idea doesn't mean to say it necessarily is a good idea or that there's a demand for it.
Yeah.
So I like them into Business Gateway workshops and things, and I do a lot of one-to-one stuff. So that's what I do. And I was talking about the Global Entrepreneurship Week now, that fits in. So because I work with young entrepreneurs, it doesn't matter what age you are actually as an entrepreneur, but I have provided a lot of aftercare for the young people I've worked with.
Okay.
Which isn't what I'm targeted with. I'm targeted with startups, but it is an important part of the work to provide aftercare, to make sure that these businesses that we're starting in Dumfries and Galloway, to make sure we're not setting them up to fail. So I do provide a lot of aftercare and hand-holding, and once they become involved with me, they become part of a network, part of a kind of family, so that if there's any events, I tailor it towards the target group I'm working with, like workshops and training things and so on. So Global Entrepreneurship Week, I decided that there's a gap for informal mentoring for certain small businesses. Because there's a formal mentoring programme, you know, but you have to be a growth company or achieving a certain level of turnover, which a lot of those
I don't get that.
I know.
I don't think anyone in the council or Business Gateway gets that either, particularly.
We just don't have that kind of business in the critical mass that would make it worthwhile. You know? So I think there is a gap for a mentoring. It's not even a formal mentoring programme. It's like a business buddy, but that makes it sound a bit juvenile. I suppose it's just somebody else that understands the sector that you're in. And hello.
Are you on air?
Yes.
Oh, hi.
We're on air.
You're over there, girls. Okay, and I smell the coffee.
I know it smells lovely.
Gorgeous.
So so that's it. So for that week, what I'm going to do is there are some social. I've got loads of things to show you. There's some an excellent opportunity for everybody to attend a social media workshop as part of Global Entrepreneurship Week. We've put this on specially the idea is that we want to encourage pre-startup businesses to come forward and engage with Business Gateway and advisors that can help them. So to do that, we've put on this social media workshop. I've got this lovely poster I'll leave with you. We called it Boost Your Business with Social Media, but actually it's more about starting up and growing your business, if you want, with social media. So it suits everybody. And I'll leave this with you, Jo.
Yeah, we'll post
So it's all
details
over.
up.
There's one in Sanquhar on the 16th of November. There's one in the Anglers in Annan on the 17th of November. The Ark House in Stranraer on the 18th. And the Dumfries one on the 19th of November in Gracefield.
Well, that's good.
And it covers all the social media channels, Pinterest, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn.
You are a social media lady, aren't you?
No, I'm not. I love social
You
media.
like social media.
I like it.
And you're good on social media.
How do you know that?
Because I've looked at you.
Oh, God, I love you. Have you?
You can post on Facebook.
Oh, I see.
Stop.
No, that's
It's
like, well, that's what it's all about, isn't
No,
it?
it's friends.
Don't keep it a secret. You know, if you're good at
that's what social
your
network
business.
is, people.
yeah, absolutely.
You're lovely.
I love social media.
You're very
Eh.
pretty.
Oh, don't you say that? Do you think so?
Yes, I
Oh,
love
We
your
were
hair.
just saying before we started the broadcast that
Uh-huh.
Ellen is here as well. Hi, Ellen.
Hi,
We were
Eleanor.
just
Eleanor's
met you
going,
yet.
God, what's Liz loving?
Hello.
but Lindsay's having a very good hair day
Yeah,
today.
good
Yeah, I
hair
know. I
day.
love your hair.
And
Who
it's-
does your hair?
That's a good question. Joanne Campbell,
She's really good. Where is she
one of my
based?
young entrepreneurs. She's based in the Queen of South Arena in Dumfries.
She's really good.
Well, because actually my roots need done.
Businesses in there now.
Yeah,
No,
good businesses.
It's gorgeous.
It's got pink in it 'cause I
I
was at my
love
Dot
it.
10 weekend in Brighton. So dyed it pink. Eleanor, I'm so sorry you're listening to this drivel about my hair.
You don't mind? You don't mind, Eleanor, do you? You don't mind, do you? It's good. It's stuff.
good. It's good stuff.
Yeah,
So this is going out
Sorry.
across the region, is it?
it is. And
Let's have a
it's
look.
great and it's free. And after this social media workshop, which is delivered by an external trainer, by the way, it's not delivered by Business Gateway staff, it's an expert that they've brought in. It's free, said that already. And after it, there's a session you can drop in and speak to an advisor on a one-to-one basis. No appointment necessary.
Cool.
Good.
But I also want to launch my mentoring program at these events as well. So what I'm looking for is anybody who understands business, even on a very basic level, how it works, and that could be a business buddy, for want of a better phrase, for in my case, for young entrepreneurs who just need that somebody they can bounce an idea off to maybe develop their business, or having trouble with cash flow and just want to discuss it, not to borrow money off you, but just to discuss the cash.
through.
Yeah, so it's that kind of thing, because they don't qualify for aftercare from Princess Trust if they haven't accessed Princess Trust loan funding. So there is a gap, although I work very closely with Princess Trust, there is a gap for this kind of aftercare thing. So that's the idea, is to get potential mentors to come forward, and also for potential mentees to come forward, which I believe is a word.
It's an interesting
I
word.
think it is.
Mentees.
I think it is the correct word. Yes. We potentially need to talk, because I'm thinking that maybe being business can help you, but also the Chamber of Commerce can
Absolutely.
help you in this.
Meeting Lee this afternoon.
Are you?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I'm on the board.
I know.
And we've been talking about mentoring programs
Yeah,
and how
brilliant.
the existing ones just does not fit our region
Doesn't fit.
at all.
So let's do that.
Yeah, so that would.
And thinking
Okay.
about that, because not everybody is keen to come forward and give their time as a mentor. What is in it as for people as mentors?
That's
What
a
do
really
they
good
get?
question.
What do they get back? Think about it, because I know what people
Yeah,
get
absolutely.
back. But from
Absolutely.
your perspective, what
well,
do people get back?
And I've got to put all this together.
Mhm.
You know, what is in it for anybody who
Mhm.
comes forward as a potential mentor? What's in it for you? Satisfaction?
Yes.
Absolutely. For that reason, we can't make it too
Bless you.
onerous.
Bless you.
Bless you. Can't make it
Oh, and
onerous
again.
time-wise, because we're not looking for that a great level of intervention. It's just to be there, really. But that's a good question. What is in it for them? I need you to tell me that, because I haven't put this together yet.
Okay.
So-
Why don't you then list some things now off the top of your head of what a mentor
Okay.
gets from your experience?
From my experience, it gets satisfaction of on a pen.
Yes.
Satisfaction of seeing growth in people. You get satisfaction of seeing a community develop. You get satisfaction of seeing businesses, young businesses growing, developing. You get seeing families grow.
Yeah.
You get seeing financial stability in communities grow as well. You get confidence growing in individuals.
Yeah, and the mentor or the mentee are both,
In
actually.
both.
Yeah.
In both. Because self-esteem flourishes.
Yeah.
In both, because the mentor feels good about themselves. You see the
Yeah.
shoulders go back. You see their self-esteem, they grow taller. I mean, I'm thinking of different mentors, and they actually feel good at giving back. And they actually, what I've seen is they actually let go of chasing money.
Yes.
Because they're actually giving something back, which is much more valuable.
Absolutely. It's not all about the money, is it?
It's not all about the money.
I know.
It's not about the money.
I think that, and potentially surprises someone who does the mentoring for the first time. I think they learn a lot as well.
Absolutely.
Because when you talk to another person, your mentee, they're going to look at things in a different way, and sometimes it makes you stop and think, hadn't actually thought of that.
Yeah, you're right.
I'll go and find out, actually, because I'm not 100% sure. So it not only do you learn from the other person's perspective, but sometimes you're forced into a position where you have to go and find something else out.
Yes.
Absolutely. Not sure. So you do get growth yourself being a mentor.
It actually keeps it relevant for the person now. So it's like keeping it fresh from the young people to where we are now. So it's like keeping the two worlds together. So it's like merging, keeping it fresh, like salt and pepper. Mixing it together.
Because Eleanor, you're in quite a mentoring role with some of the work that you do, doing the sort of the counselling thing. What's your feeling when you get involved?
It's not just that you learn things from the person you're mentoring, it's also that teaching is the best way to learn. Mentoring isn't quite the same as teaching, but when you're supporting somebody else, you have to draw on your knowledge and experience in a way that you maybe consciously don't in a day-to-day.
Helps you clarify some of your own.
Yeah. So because you're having to draw it forward and express it, to communicate it to somebody else, it actually solidifies it for you, and you're then able to start to apply what you know in a much more regular and valuable way. Yes, that's the word. Yeah, definitely.
It clarifies it. So there's a saying.
Absolutely.
If you want to grow your business, help someone else grow theirs.
And then increase in gallery benefit.
Yes.
It's a tree. It's like the roots going down and the flourishing coming up. Isn't it? It's like a beautiful tree.
I'm going to use that. I'm going to bloody use that.
Like build it, let your roots go down and let the growth come up. I can just see it. It's a beautiful tree.
Yeah, it's a beautiful tree.
It's a beautiful tree.
It's a lovely tree. Right, I'm going to use that.
Okay, shall I paint it?
Yes, please.
Okay.
That's not my forte. So that's the Global Entrepreneurship Week thing. Okay. There's lots of other workshops happening that have been badged Global Entrepreneurship Week. Business Gateway workshops, I'll leave this for you as well if you like. Ladies, and it's all the free workshops that are on October to December. And
What's the most popular?
The social media ones.
Yeah.
So the one, no, definitely.
Still.
Not bookkeeping.
No.
See, everyone hates admin. Everyone hates admin, and it's the bane of people's lives.
You don't hate bookkeeping.
Admin is one of my favourite procrastination tasks.
Yeah.
Can be hired.
If I really need to be writing a wedding ceremony, if I really need to be getting on with building a story, but it's still not quite at that ripe and ready to put down on paper stage, I'll do some admin or some, I really love that.
Oh, that's
Because
brilliant.
it's kind of, because it is a different part of my mind.
Yes.
It means that the creative part of my mind can just get on with brewing things in the background until it's ready, and I just potter around doing all this other stuff. And
my
then,
God, oh, I'm an all.
Yes, so am I.
I'm an all, because I go for a nap. That's my procrastination. Oh, I'm tired. And I just fall asleep. I do. I'm awful.
That's your brain switching off.
I know I'm a dormouse.
No, you're
I'm a
Well,
human dormouse.
No, you're not. You're a tiger.
I file.
Do you?
I
Sad person.
file all my
Organise.
emails. I file all my paperwork. That's my procrastination tactic.
Wow.
Because
That's great.
I find that the clutter of paperwork and email, like I don't, my inbox in my emails, if it's more than a page long in my inbox, it. So if it's there, I will get rid of that before I sit down and do the creative stuff, because it's clutter to me and I can't stand it.
Drains my energy. That stuff just drains my energy.
Having it sitting in front of me drains my
yours.
energy.
Yeah.
I just have to clear it up, so it's
Wow.
In fact, even having a computer on my desk drains my creative energy,
Yeah.
doesn't it?
Yeah.
Mhm.
You're a total
Yeah.
technophobe.
Aye.
Technophobe.
See, I'm the other way. I'm a gadget freak.
Are you?
Oh.
Even having this round your neck is like stressing me.
Is it?
Yeah.
Why?
It's like, because it's like formal.
I know it's horrible.
And it's
isn't
taken
it?
away from who you are.
I know.
It's like you're much more than just a thing by your
Council
neck.
branded.
Yes.
Aye. But I'm using my NASA lanyard, which is a bit of a just rebellious, I suppose.
It is.
That is actually quite kind of.
I know.
Noticed that it's NASA.
Failure is not an option.
Yeah, I like the statement on it. Can you show everybody that? It's what does it say?
It says it's a NASA lanyard, so somebody went to NASA and got it for me, and it says failure is not an option, which is what they said when they were trying to bring Apollo 13 back.
Yes.
Failure is not an option.
So in life, what does that mean?
Well, for me, actually, I should say there's no such thing as failure, because any businesses that we've started, the survival rate's really high because of the aftercare, you see. I like to think
roughly the
83%.
That's blooming good.
Mhm.
Sorry, I nearly saw that.
No, it's fine, because we do a wee snapshot every now and again of how they're going, and yeah, so 83% was the latest one.
At how many years? How many years did you do that?
Well, when was the last one done? I did it differently the last time, actually, so it was more meaningful. Business. So my project started in 2012.
Mm-hmm.
So any business that I've started then till a year ago in September, that's when I took the last measurement, and it was 83% of those businesses that started within that period are still trading.
So that would be 2 years old? 3 years.
3
years old.
up to 3 years old.
That's
Yeah.
good, because
The national average.
national average of once you get past that 3-year mark, the chances of staying is a lot better.
Yes.
It's within that first 2 or 3
But the
years.
first 2,
Yeah.
they're vulnerable.
So if you can get them past that
Exactly.
second anniversary, give them with a good shout.
Which is why we need some kind of mentoring program, not just for the young businesses I'm working with,
No.
but for all of us that are,
Definitely.
in business. And
Well, that's partly why we.
of course it
We've
is.
set
Of course
up
it
this
is.
Yeah,
yeah.
Because we felt that there was the same kind of need, that individual, especially if you're working on your own,
Yeah.
a one-man band,
Mhm.
a one-woman band type of thing. You know, who do you go to just to have sometimes a sounding board?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I've just thought about such and such. You know, with that,
What
is
do you
that
think about
stupid?
it? Absolutely.
Without feeling silly and
Yeah.
without feeling naive and.
Yeah. Yeah. Of course, we've got the women in business events as well that run now and again
Which are
through
great.
Business
And they're
Gateway.
always well attended.
Very well attended.
Women in
Yeah,
business.
they are. Wish they would take them out of Dumfries.
No, yes.
And I understand it's difficult to do that, but I just wish we could have more presence in the extremes of the region, because it is unique. It's 150 miles east to west,
And not everybody's got the finance to
No,
travel as well, especially in
no.
small businesses, especially when you're setting up. And again, it's like making it accessible to everybody.
And it's got to be worth your while. If you're a small business owner and you go to the expense of travelling from, well, where Eleanor is in Eskdalemuir to Dumfries, for a women in business, you want to get business out of that. You want to make that, meaningful for you and productive.
And then you've got lunch on top of that. And then
Yeah.
you've got, you know, childcare possibly as well
Possibly,
on top of
yeah.
it. So it's quite an expensive thing.
Aye.
You do want to have like maybe 2 or 3 days business on
Mhm.
top of that.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
Coming
definitely something we've spoken about, that
Mhm.
once we kind of get the ball rolling a little bit,
Mhm.
that we want to take it further out
Mhm.
afield.
Mhm.
And I know it's something that we've spoken about in the Chamber as well, because we recognise that in the Chamber of Commerce, traditionally we were thought of as Dumfries
Yeah,
Chamber of Commerce.
That's right.
And we want to work really hard at making it the Dumfries and
And
Galloway
Galloway,
Chamber
absolutely.
of Commerce. So
Yeah,
I know that Lee has been doing a huge amount of work,
yeah.
particularly in trying to find different places.
Mhm.
We've been out to Moffat, we've been out to Kilbury.
Well, he was in Lanham last week with me. He was one of the guest speakers. He was
Yeah.
brilliant.
So
He's a great guy.
Oh, he's fab. I've
We're a
actually got
great
the chamber
community.
leaflet.
We're a great
Yeah.
area. Dumfries and Galloway is amazing.
I know.
Full of rich people.
Absolutely.
Quality
Yeah.
people
Mhm.
that
Yeah.
have been untouched. And you know, if we could pull everybody together.
I know. And unique business. I mean, brilliant businesses.
Unique businesses.
I know. I've got Hamish Odinson over in Canonby who does leather work, like for the Viking reenactment market.
Oh, great.
And he even goes to Sweden and yeah, he's brilliant.
You'd like that, wouldn't you?
Hamish Odinson,
Fantastic. Yes.
half leather
Yes.
work. He's in
Look at contact details.
Yeah, he's really good, and he's won awards as well. And he's such a lovely, I was going to say a lovely boy, I sound so old. Such a lovely young man.
Okay. So
He's
what sort of
so
age?
lovely. He's 26.
Yeah, he's a boy. Yeah, he's a boy. Yeah,
But
he's a boy.
anyway,
No,
yeah.
darling, he's the ages of our sons.
Aye,
Yes.
aye,
Oh, so we shouldn't have said that. We shouldn't.
That's fine. So I wanted to tell you about a couple other things. Is that okay?
Yes, please
Right.
do.
So I don't know if this is of interest to anybody, but the council, because public sector procurement's a thing, so doing work for the council, if you've got a service that could be utilised by the council for one of their contracts, they understand that it's always easy for everybody to tender for work, so they provide a training programme to do that.
Oh, good.
I have been on one of these workshops and
you?
it was brilliant.
Yeah.
I have stashed all the information
Good.
away for when I need to go and find more work,
Mhm.
because it
Yeah.
was it Shelley?
Jelly Bell.
Shelley
Jelly Bell.
took.
Mhm.
I highly recommend, if you're doing anything, even some of the creative businesses.
Yeah. Absolutely. Photography.
Yeah. She
You never
actually
know.
made it sound a very simple process.
It is simple, but it sounds like, oh God, I could never do that. Well, I
Mhm.
think
But
that.
Shelley breaks it down with
She
these
does.
workshops things. So I highly recommend that if you've got something,
Brilliant. Free.
go for it.
Yeah.
Really do that.
And that was the Chamber of Commerce application, because if you are if you're a Business Gateway client, in fact anybody, so if you come through Business Gateway for business startup support, you get free membership of the Chamber, am I right?
Yes.
Yes, for a year, which is brilliant. Even just for the networking events, it's brilliant. So there's that.
Now I'm
Did you
going to
just-
stick. Sorry,
Okay.
I'm going to stick my chamber hat on here, because, like I said, we've been doing an awful lot of work in trying to get more connected with the community as the Chamber of Commerce, because previously a lot of people thought it was quite a stuffy organisation, which years and years ago it probably was.
Yeah.
Actually, it was run
Mhm.
by a group of men that was kind of
Exactly.
dinner club.
It was
Yes,
traditional.
yes,
It's
it was.
traditional.
Yeah.
Traditional, but
They got the
seasons
port
change.
cigars out or something.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. So there's been huge changes. We've got Brian Richardson as the new CEO, Lee Med, obviously the new business development manager, and nearly everyone on the board is new, and those that aren't are really switched on anyway. So what we want to say to anyone who's joining this for free is there's a lot of really good benefits. Simple things like you are insured against a tax audit, which is worth a heck of a lot of money.
Mhm.
I've had some people join up purely to have that insurance, and
Mhm.
there's loads of other things. You get discounts off of a few other things, but there's free HR help as well. So if you're looking to grow your business, so just to say, it's not a bunch of old guys.
No.
Because I'm not an old guy.
She's not an old guy.
And Lee, as you know, is not a stuffy old guy. He's
No.
anything but. and he's starting to inject a huge amount of life and energy into the whole
And
chamber.
personality.
So a lot of personalities. He's a great guy. So if you get that, take it, but use it.
Use it. Absolutely.
Seriously, use it. There is a lot of networking events, but there's a lot of freebies as well.
Yeah. Actually, that reminds me that the Chamber Awards next year, when are they again? March?
Oh, I thought it was always to the end of the year.
Oh, maybe it is.
It's just been the chamber lunch, hasn't it?
Yeah.
So are they not about the same time?
I think it's
might be
terrible.
March.
Sorry,
I don't
know.
Anyway,
Call us, please call us and remind us.
That's a thing. It's definitely a thing.
Email in.
I think it's
But
March.
the awards, it's biannual. The awards,
Yes,
isn't it?
of course.
And every year it's getting a bit much. So biannually,
It is.
it is one of the most prestigious Dumfries and Gallagher business events. It's a black tie event, really.
It is. It's lovely. But what I wanted to say was, I wish people would enter these things, because I had an awards thing, and honestly, I had to bend their arms up their back to enter. And the publicity from it is just, you can't buy that.
So why do you think, here's me like opening this up. Why do you think people don't like to enter these things?
Because they don't know how blooming good they are.
Right.
And also they don't maybe know how to enter awards and make their application count and make it stand out. So with that in mind, I wanted to do a training event early next year with a view to working towards the Chamber Awards that tells people how to apply for how to enter awards, and how to make their submission count.
Lindsay, don't answer now because I'm putting you on the spot.
Right.
I'd love you to come along to one of the Mingles nights and run a little workshop.
Definitely.
For everyone that comes along, this is how you enter. You've got to do this.
Yes.
Because we were at Mumpreneurs, one of the meetings, because we go fairly regularly to Mumpreneurs that Heather Bestel runs. And Heather, she does something very similar. She sort of like gets everyone there coached to do certain things, improving their business. And she highlighted competitions, similar type of thing. And I think it was Sarah Jane Colby from Sarah Jane, I've forgotten her business name, but they do like outdoor biking, mountain biking stuff to enter into competition. I don't think they win. They won. I think they got runner-up or something. But like you said, she got a huge amount of exposure. And Heather has been saying, there's all sorts of competitions. Enter it. You never know. It could be just a little splash in the magazine, and you've suddenly got the attention of 2 or 3 new customers. It's a no-brainer.
The thinking that I'm having is, why doesn't people want to draw attention to themselves when they're building a business? We found this, and we talked about this.
Sorry, Eleanor, what did you say there?
I was just saying, do you think it's lack of confidence? Because a lot of people, they start their business, but there's a reticence about being visible and being seen. There's a lot of fear around being seen, and if you're not willing to be seen, you're not going to have a successful business.
Yeah, that's true.
Exactly.
That's true.
Do you think also that there's a bit of a cultural thing?
Yes, this is what I'm trying to get at.
This is what I'm trying to get at. You don't want to blow your own trumpet.
Yes,
it's fine if someone else does it. But if you do it,
I know,
because you do have a certain group, always a group of people in your peer group. Who do you think you are?
Yes, exactly.
Oh God, who cares?
But actually, people kind of
that's called false humility. And we need to actually blow that out of the water.
As well as imposter syndrome.
Yes.
And I'm the biggest sufferer of imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Really?
I'm just waiting to be rumbled.
Okay. I'm rumbling you today.
Oh my God. Oh, right, that's
right. Okay. Right, we're shaking you up.
Right, I'm awful.
Okay.
I just wait. I bumble from Monday to Friday, and I get to the safety of the weekend and think, hallelujah, I've managed to get through another week.
You're a spark.
You're
a firework.
But most people feel like that. Most people feel like that, and we're all in because we don't talk about it. We think, oh, I'm the only one. I'm the only one who feels like I'm going to get rumbled. But almost everybody feels like that. It's just, there's that meme that goes around Facebook. Being an adult is and this is a paraphrase, but being an adult is basically just making it up as you go along.
Absolutely.
We're all making it up as we go along, aren't we?
Well,
Being an adult and growing up and have it all sorted.
Yeah, I'm playing at life now, but actually I'm making life happen as we go along now, and not this pretense, but actually living life in the moment.
But Eleanor is
big.
kind of right though, because when you're younger, correct me if I've read you wrong, when you're younger, you look at the adults in your life and think they've got all the answers.
Yeah.
Then when you grow up and you think, oh, expletive, I don't have the answers. I'm just gonna. You kind of still assume that all the other adults still have all the answers, and it's just you that doesn't. So you kind of.
Nobody can talk about, because then you realise, oh, it's not just me. It's not just me that feels like this. This is normal. And then the creatively engaging with that, which you're talking about, Yvonne.
That's right, and it's learning to say it's okay.
Yeah,
it's really okay.
And the thing is, though, it is okay, because I've always thought that when I've been attracted to somebody, it's only based on cerebral things.
Yes.
Is that how you pronounce it?
Yes,
so
it is.
It's more. I'm attracted to confident people.
Yeah.
Yes.
I find that a very attractive quality. So why don't we exude confidence?
Yes. Just be you.
It's mental.
It's hard though,
because
it's hard just to have that confidence. It is. It takes a lot of work to.
But it's that like blanket around us that tries to squash us all of the time. It's like, oh, it's that judgment around us that says, oh no, I can't do that because they'll think that and they'll think that, and expectation and like social conscience, and all of these things. What will people think? Like, knock it down.
And it's wired directly into our survival mechanism.
Yes.
Because social death. When we were wandering the savannas and gathering nuts and berries, and social death was actual.
Yeah,
so
that's
we are wired to want the approval of those around us, and it takes a lot of courage to actually try being ourselves, to test whether we want that approval or not, and to recognise, to reassure ourselves that actually there are enough people around that if my current social group reject me, there is another group there that will support me. So it just takes building up your courage and just having and being experimental, having a try it and see attitude, and that and Lindsay's interpretation of failure is not an option, because life is a series of failures that we get better at failing. We get better at failing as we go on, and that's how you actually succeed, is by failing and learning and failing and learning and failing and learning.
And not being afraid of that word failure.
That's an interesting point. I was going to say, is women particularly prone to feeling this worry about social acceptance, but also I wanted to pick up on the failure thing, in that. And it's something that I've spoken at great length with a few people, in that when you're in the business world, you feel pressurized into being a success always, because people don't want to do business with failures. And I'm going to use the failures, because if you're going through a bad month, maybe even a bad year, you have to put that brave face on. And to have the realization that not everyone else has their together is quite empowering.
It is empowering, isn't it?
I know. It's real.
Okay, everyone else is kind of in the same boat. They're all paddling desperately in the background, trying to juggle everything, and occasionally dropping the plate, sometimes dropping the grenade. But it happens. It was one of my favorite bosses. He was a really good manager, and he used to say to me, he says, everything is juggling. He says, just learn to recognize which ones are the grenades when you're juggling. So don't drop that one. You can drop other things, but don't drop the grenade. The big thing.
That's a good point, isn't it?
What's important is how you deal with it, not the fact that it happened.
Yes.
It's your response, not your reactions.
Definitely. So,
and I think as well, it's remembering that actually I look at people and I think, do you know what? We're equal.
I know.
We're just equal. We're the same.
Mhm.
And do you know what? You're probably dealing with the same type of stuff that I'm dealing with.
Yeah.
So why not just love you through it?
You're just another human being.
We're just another human.
Mhm.
And why not just have fun along the way?
I know.
And let's just do business.
how
life.
do we kind of get that message
Immense.
over?
Yay! Woo!
Virtual high five, Ella.
Ella!
How do we get that message over to other business people?
We just keep talking about it. We
Mhm.
just keep being us. We just got
Well,
to keep
Yeah, I
mixing
think
it up.
it's
something
something really.
modeling it.
Modeling it, that's right.
Yeah.
It's got to, that's the only way we can't, because it's not just words, it's words and actions and demonstrating it, living it, being our businesses, being us,
Because that mentoring
authentic.
idea that you've got is probably a really good way of saying to the younger people that, hey, yeah, I've got maybe 20 years experience in business, but I haven't got it all together either.
And actually, you've made me think that this mentoring program I'm thinking about, like everything else that we do in Dumfries and Galloway, it'll only work if we do it together and if we work in partnership. There's no good being precious about things in Dumfries and Galloway because you're cutting off your nose to spite your face, as my mother used to say. So, I think I need to think bigger than just young entrepreneurs. I think this is something that could work for a lot of people.
Definitely. For
Yeah,
the older
I totally
entrepreneurs.
agree.
Absolutely.
For the gems in the middle and the diamonds in the middle.
Yeah.
For those of us that
Food
don't
for
have our
thought.
shine on.
Oh, so we see something else there.
The ones that need polished up
Yes,
a bit more
yes,
as well.
exactly.
Yes.
Cool. So was there any other
I think
snippets you
it was just
That looks a good advert. What's that one for?
what's that? Oh, that's just my flyer that I use for.
It's quite fun.
Very
Funky, isn't
colourful. I like
It
it.
is. It's a bit pink actually on
It's
reflection.
great. No, it's great.
And I had a lovely idea when I was in Brighton at the weekend. I saw a great thing as a marketing ploy to change my literature completely and have it like a film poster. So coming soon, your future, starring you.
Oh, I love that.
I know.
Oh, I love that.
So I can't wait to get the graphics unit set onto that.
Oh,
and
that
make
would
it up.
be really good.
Your future, starring you.
That's
And with the
fab.
things at the bottom, like when you see a film that's won awards at Cannes and places like that, and it's got the kind of
You could do the staircase going up to Cannes.
red
And you could
carpet.
do the silhouette of the person.
Yeah.
And they could superimpose their face on it.
not to put too much of a demand on the
No, but you
Graphics
could
unit.
do it.
I know.
Well, but yeah.
I know.
Anyway, that's fine.
One final thing I wanted to say, and it's a stupid thing, but I'm going to say it anyway.
There's nothing stupid in
Right.
this room.
Well,
Yes.
I noticed on Facebook the other day that RBS Business Awards this year, do you know who their speaker is?
Who?
You'll never believe this. George Clooney. Now, I'm not a fan of
What?
Clooney. I am not a Clooney fan,
Where
but I
is he?
think in
Where?
Edinburgh. I know, he's a
Really?
speaker at the RBS Business Awards.
Okay.
Natalie,
Amazing.
we need to go. Natalie, can I come and have lunch with you that day?
Isn't that amazing?
Natalie McGill from the Royal Bank of Scotland, my
Wow.
beautiful little personal banker. Natalie, we need to go that day, darling.
Isn't it? I'm waiting for somebody to invite me to their table, but nobody ever blooming does.
Oh,
Anyway.
are you not,
I'm not a Clooney fan.
no, but he's a lovely gentleman.
Humanitarian. I'd love to hear him
Yes.
speak on the humanitarian issues.
Humanitarian.
So I just thought I'd throw that in for what it's worth in case anybody's thinking about going.
I was
or-
just thinking from that perspective as well.
Of course you were, for a humanitarian.
And he's a taken man, so that's
Well, indeed.
yes.
Aye.
No go.
So I thought that was amazing. George Clooney. I thought, is this a mistake?
Is it the George Clooney?
Yeah. It's
Yes,
not George
not a
Clooney.
lookalike.
George Clooney.
Oh my
George Clooney.
goodness.
Google it. Somebody will be Googling it as we speak.
I'll need to have lots of coffee in that day. I wonder if I could go and get a shoe. Oh no, I could go and. All right, okay.
Oh,
Right, oh.
Listen there.
It's
No.
amazing though, isn't it?
Oh my
George Clooney in
goodness.
Scotland.
I wonder
talking
what
about
he'll be
business.
wearing.
A nice Armani suit.
You need to go and touch it.
I
don't think you should go touching them,
yes,
Yvonne.
I think you might get into
Touching
trouble.
the suit. Oh, it's
Yeah. But I think it is worth going to see like famous people. I was just going to say, I think it's worth going to see famous people in the flesh, just to be in that energy, to get all woo woo for a second, to be in that energy and to feel okay. So that's what that level of success and comfort with being visible feels like.
That's a good point.
That's a good
Although
point.
I have been.
How can I move from here to there? You know, and what does that look like? What would that look like for me? What would that feel like for me?
Exactly.
Yeah. It's an interesting point, and I'm thinking about it, and I'm listening to my heart as we're speaking here, and I'm thinking, do you know what? We're getting all goo-goo and gaga about this George Clooney, and I'm feeling about the image of him, and I'm thinking, yeah, he's a handsome guy, and you go all swingy just thinking about his lovely soft eyes and everything, and his nice greying hair, and he actually reminds me of my big brother Colin Hunter, but you know, I'm thinking about this.
That's weird.
No, he's lovely. He's lovely. No, but it's lovely. I just like handsome men with heart.
Yeah.
But here we go. But anyway, you know, I'm thinking, you know, we mingle with lots of lovely people all the time, and they don't need success, and they don't need lots of money, and they don't need fame, you know, and we mingle with lots of beautiful people every day. We don't need to go into the presence of these famous people to rub off on success.
Oh God, no.
And so we're mixing with lovely, beautiful people in this area, and we are mixing with success every day in our everyday life.
But there is something in what Eleanor says in that
the energy.
The energy,
you know,
I would agree.
If
And the
there's
high
someone,
level.
if there's someone that you particularly admire and think, you know what, I want to get where they are, then it is worth sort of trying to.
Making your effort.
It's a bit NLP. It's a bit NLP, isn't it?
Well, isn't it the 5 people that you hang around with more, you become like?
Blimey.
Who
That's
do you
not
hang
bad,
around
right?
with?
Oh.
What's the 5 people that you spend most time with?
Well, my partner, Leslie, she a lot of energy. I get a lot of energy off her, obviously. My children, I get loads of energy off them because they're hilarious. Funny people.
Right.
Funny people give me a lot of energy.
Right.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
5 people.
Yeah.
Leslie, Rachel, Hannah, my dog Tucker. McNabb at work, he's brilliant. Famous uncle Hugh Laurie, true story. You'll hate me for telling you that. Anyway, 5 people that give me loads of energy.
Right.
Listen, we could talk all day. This is terrible. It's a loose women.
But it's good though.
It's great.
That's what it's about. It's having fun while doing business. That's the whole point.
Gosh, it's like loose women. I hate that programme. I do. I hate that old girly thing. Oh, let's talk about periods and the menopause.
Oh no, that's
sorry.
That's so over talked about. That's so over talked about.
No,
why? What's wrong?
We better get serious again.
Oh, sorry.
Do we have any other things that we're needing to talk about that you would like to bring up today about your business and things?
I wanted to say, make it attend things, enter awards, keep in touch with networks like Business Gateway because they have loads of things that come up now and again, like funding that just goes bam. So if you don't know about it, you can't access it. So make sure that you.
Now, here's a question, because some of the things that you have to do to get funding, I've tried a couple of times. I say I've tried. I've got the forms and everything. I've looked at them. I've read them through. Spent probably a whole afternoon reading through some of them and gone, I give up. It's not worth my while.
And you're savvy. So if you feel like that, you know, you've been doing these things. You know about doing these things and you feel like that, so how do other people feel? It does put you off, but that's why you've got you've got Business Gateway advisors and you've got me there to act as the bridge between you and that funding.
So do you do other reading?
You would help fill in the forms.
We can just come in and do talking.
Yeah, well, the hardest thing is getting a business plan together. I find with the clients I'm working with, I have to say, look, this isn't homework I'm setting you. If you're passionate about doing this, your business plan's in here. All we need to do is get it out of there on virtual paper so that everybody else can understand what it is you're trying to do. Because most of the funding that you need to access needs a business plan of some kind. But that's why Business Gateway's there, is to help people to write their business
But
plan.
why do councils and governments, Scottish Enterprise, all of these bodies that are in charge of the money, why do they make these forms that only Philadelphia lawyers seem to be able to understand?
A lot of it is, if it's European funded, you know what they're like. If it's a European funding thing, you've got to jump through hoops and provide. And that is just something that we've got no control over, because we need it, otherwise they'll take the money back. And what local authority can afford that, or national agency can afford that? So they have to be very careful. And there's this de minimis regulation as well, that businesses can only access so much state aid. Nobody will ever achieve that amount anyway, but it's another barrier that you've got to get through, another form you've got to fill in to say, I have not received £164,000 of state aid funding in the past 5 years for my business. I mean, some businesses might, the bigger ones. So a lot of it is out with our control. We don't do it deliberately. My funding for young entrepreneurs in Annandale and Eskdale, because of the CX project, see here, I could talk all day. So the CX project is about the decommissioning of Chapel Cross Nuclear Facility. And they've put money into, the Nuclear Decommissioning Authority, recognise that the impact that'll have on the economy locally will be massive as the Chapel Cross decommissions. So they're looking at other ways of stimulating the economy because the jobs are going to be fewer. So one of the projects is the CX project, which I'm involved in, and it is up to £1,500 of grant funding for young entrepreneurs in Annandale and Eskdale to start businesses.
What does CX mean?
Chapel Cross is just
Chapel Cross. Okay.
Just a wee sexy thing.
Okay.
CX.
Sound good.
Yeah. So, but there's also, that's for young entrepreneurs, but there's also the CX project.
So that's startups.
That's startups, yes. So they can access £500 of pre-startup grant funding without a business plan. They just have to have a relationship with me, for want of a better way of putting that.
Right.
Ages? We'll post up
18 to 30.
18 to 30.
We'll post up details of how to get in contact with you and your office.
And are they working at Chapel Cross just now?
No, anybody in Annandale. Good
point.
Anybody in Annandale and Eskdale between 18 and 30 who has the germ of a business idea and they want to chat to me first about it, fine, because you can access that funding. And it's not difficult.
And is this now?
I designed it. That's been for the past 3 years, up until next year.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
I know
excellent.
it's amazing.
£1,500.
Up to 50.
You don't fit that age group, Lindsay. What's the same as CX?
Yes, there's the CX project that Bev Bamford is involved in, but again, you've got this gap between. So I work with the 18 to 30s, and they're eligible for my funding. Then you've got a gap, and then the funding that Bev has access to is for bigger businesses that are looking to develop new products or services, and she's got grant funding for that. So
That's
again, you've got that wee
money.
gap in the middle.
That's a huge amount
What
of
is?
money. Up to
£1,500
£1,500.
of grant funding.
Yes.
I know.
Yeah,
It's
per
great.
person.
I know, it's great.
That's a lot of money.
I know.
Yeah.
Come on, everybody. Start to get entrepreneurial.
So
Yeah.
that's for startups. You're about to say
Get
about
creative.
people that were already in business.
Well, there's financial assistance for small business scheme through Business Gateway. That's not Annandale and Eskdale. That's all over the region.
That's the region.
Yeah, financial assistance, FASB it's not an acronym. Yeah, it's an acronym.
Yeah.
FASB.
Yeah, FASB is the so financial assistance for small business. That's only accessible through Business Gateway, so you have to contact Business Gateway about that. I'm not involved in that, so I'm not going to build your hopes up by telling you what would be eligible for it. But it's worth pursuing. It might be that it's because we're coming towards kind of the end of the financial year. It all tends to get used up at the beginning of the year, so there might be limited funding, but there still might be wee bits of money that are available.
So you don't hold any back.
No.
Right, okay.
No.
Okay.
So I.
Is it best to apply in April?
Pardon?
Is it best to apply in April for these funds?
I wouldn't say that, because sometimes in the middle of the year they get other wee bits of money injected into it. So apply anytime, don't wait. Just apply or speak to Business Gateway about it. And it's got to be for something new, something different that you're doing with your business.
So development.
Aye.
Development.
Yeah.
Okay, development is good.
But it's not as obviously it's not all about the funding. It's about all the other support that you get through these agencies. So
But let's be
01387.
honest, the money will
It's always
motivate
attractive.
the
Yeah,
majority of people.
of course it will.
But in terms of support as well, it's the business
Yeah.
support.
Yes.
It's knowing that there's somebody there behind the scenes that you can go to and talk to about business,
Mhm.
that's not going to ridicule you,
No.
that's not going to, like try and take away from your business or try and compete with your business
No.
as well. So it's all
No.
of these things. It's a support.
It is.
It's a real support behind
It
the
is.
scenes, isn't it?
It's not called a business gateway for nothing.
Uh-huh.
And the startup advisors are Caroline Brown, who's brilliant and lovely, and Maureen Cuthill, who's equally brilliant and lovely. So they're the two startup advisors, but they've got growth advisors as well. Alan McNaught, who's I'm sure brilliant and lovely, and Angus Robertson, who's
Brilliant and
lovely. So
I would like to say as well, because I was talking about the chamber sort of changing their face again. If anyone out there thinks that the likes of Business Gateway is again stuffy business advisors, there's yourself.
Yep.
Heather's
on mat leave.
Oh,
She's
she's
still
back
on.
on maternity
Yeah.
leave,
Mhm.
right? Carol Ann.
Yes.
And what they are so all of you are really lively, vivacious women.
Yeah.
I don't know the guys so well, so I can't
Yeah,
really comment on them. But the girls I've
They
got to know
probably are.
quite
What
well.
What to wear? Describe and then we'll work it out.
Suits. Grey.
Oh, guys!
Oh,
Do they wear
Heather-
ties or t-shirts?
Ties always.
Guys. Okay, are they
And
nice
Jill-
ties? What
Not
kind of,
particularly.
Are they coordinated? Are
Yeah, we
they
need-
tonal or what are they?
I
Do
don't
they need
know.
me to come in and have a talk
Do you
with
know
them?
what? I don't know, and that speaks volumes, doesn't it?
Uh-huh.
They do need you to go in and have a talk with
Should
them.
I come in and have a
Oh,
talk with them?
absolutely.
Do you need my card?
Shoot them up, yes. Of
Okay.
course, I need your card.
Right.
And then we've got Jill from the Prince's Youth Trust.
Yes,
I
Princess
call-
Trust
I call her-
Enterprise.
I call her Smiley Jill because
Yes.
she's just got the most gorgeous. It's just really lively people. That's just got so much life
Yep.
and fun about them.
Absolutely.
So you are not
Sounds
going
lovely.
into a bunch of boring grey suits here. You know,
No.
these people they want to inject life into business and
Yeah.
see it grow. So
Yeah.
get in touch, please.
Business Gateway phone number is 01387 808 738. And if you want to get in touch with me direct, it's 01387 260 171.
We will post those numbers up.
Aye.
We will.
And Facebook, Inspiring Entrepreneurs is my project Facebook page. And I'm on LinkedIn and everything.
Get in touch with Lindsay. She's gorgeous. She smells lovely.
Oh, it just smells of Tom Ford. Not the person, the person.
Oh, damn.
I better go and do some work.
There was
It's
me
been
thinking
lovely
there was a
to meet
story
you.
there.
No.
It's been lovely to meet you. Can we just
Thank
talk a wee
you.
bit about your necklace?
You
It's
can.
well funky, isn't it?
It's gorgeous.
It's by a company called Natty Divine, and it's a T-Rex. Unfortunately, it's got a wee broken leg, so I'm sending it back. In
Oh.
fact, you know what? The customer care at Tatty Divine was awful. I'm sorry, but it was awful.
Oh,
Can we take this
Did
off
they
so
tell-
that
yeah,
everybody
you
can see it?
properly.
Because you need to see the whole.
It's a T-Rex,
Take your hair back. It's beautiful.
isn't it? It's just perspex.
Gorgeous.
I thought it was
Tatty
No,
Divine.
No, Tatty Divine. I've got a few of them. They're not cheap,
Beautiful.
but I love a funky statement necklace.
yeah,
Yeah.
it suits you.
Yeah, it detracts from the
Yes, keeps the attention up to your face.
and the yeah.
Yes, your personality, not your body.
Yeah, my body.
Your body, girl.
So I love my Tatty Divine necklaces,
They're
but he's
lovely.
going back because he's got a wee broken back leg.
Okay.
But I love
But
it.
it's still lovable.
Isn't it lovely?
Still lovable.
Aye.
We like defects.
Yeah.
We don't need to be perfect.
No, we don't. I might keep them like that.
Yeah, and make it a statement.
In its own right.
Yes.
Indeed. Brilliant.
We've had fun. It's been really good
It's been great.
information.
Fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, great information. And yeah, it's lovely to meet you as a personality as well.
And back at you. Back at you.
So
No, it's
we'll
great.
look forward to hearing more.
Yeah.
What you're up
I
to.
first met Lindsay at it. Do you remember? It was in downstairs at the polka dot tea room.
Yes.
When they started off.
Santander had a
Santander
networking.
had a
Yeah.
little networking. That was where I met
Ah.
Lindsay. I won't tell you what hobby she told me, but I immediately that you did. I immediately thought
I'm
I
intrigued
like
now.
this lady.
Oh!
I'll write it down.
Oh my.
Oh, I'm intrigued. You're
So
not
am I.
going anywhere. She's not going back
Maybe
to
I don't
work
do it
yet.
now. Oh yes, I've moved on from that.
And as soon as you said that, I went, I like her.
That's right. Yeah. And I forgot about that. Yeah, I haven't done that for a while actually.
Have you not?
That's got everybody thinking.
Yeah.
What's a hobby?
I'm not telling you.
Yes.
Well, I'm an amateur
Yes.
astronomer, but that's not what's written here.
No, it's not.
No. Close that.
We need to talk about that.
Yeah.
Before we go, I just want to remind everybody we have our Mingles night on the 19th
Yes.
this month.
Very exciting.
We've got Katie Kai from Military Mind Consulting.
Oh yes.
Who's going to come
Very
along
good.
and she's going to do a little bit of a workshop.
A very good workshop. It will be about you. So come along, be prepared to think about you and developing you and your business.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's going to be a good one.
We're meeting upstairs at Indulge, 7 o'clock. So come a little bit earlier, and we are going to start posting out a few more details. But it's the 19th of November, Thursday the 19th, 7 o'clock if you can make it.
And it's ladies cocktail wear, ladies. Okay, so it's a little bit of a special. You can glam up if you like. Why not?
Yvonne's still trying to get me to wear lipstick to this thing.
Of course.
Not happened yet.
Oh, I know a
Lip
very
gloss,
good makeup
lip
artist.
gloss.
Do you?
Do you?
Hannah Mason, makeup artist. Shout
I don't
out.
know that name. Why
That's
do I
my
know
daughter.
that? Oh,
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, we need to get her. We need to get Hannah Mason. Hannah Mason, you can come and use.
Do mine,
You can come
obviously.
and visit sometime.
Oh, she's great.
Yeah.
She's amazing.
We've got some lovely new makeup for you to try. I have new makeup for you to try. Botanical, beautiful new makeup.
Oh, and if there
My
are,
Arbonne makeup.
if there's anyone out
Oh
there,
yeah.
Love it.
it's very
Sorry.
nice stuff.
Do you like
If there's
it?
anyone out there that has their own business that they want to run a little workshop for to help other people, get in touch. It might get you some more business, or if there's specific topics that you want us to work on. Apparently, social media is still really, really popular according to Business Gateway.
Definitely. Yeah.
And I have had a few people ask us to look at Google Plus. Can you please show us how to use Google Plus and Google Hangouts so they can
Yeah.
join us? So we're going to do that as well at some point.
That's a really good one for Business Gateway actually.
So
Uh-huh.
I plan to do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, any other topics? But we're going to say goodbye, and hopefully we'll see you in a couple of weeks' time at Indulge on the 19th.
Look forward to it.
Thanks, Eleanor, for popping in. I'm hoping that more people will have the confidence to join us with Hangouts as well, because the whole point of this is to have people in rural areas that can join in on the conversation without having to have the expense of the car, etc.
Did
So
you have
thank
your
you.
coffee, Eleanor? Did you have your coffee?
I have a glass of water.
You
I
had-
can't have tea.
Oh, bless. Well, next time, we'll see you next time. Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
All right. Bye.
Bye.